all of your favorite recipes.
Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food.
Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Simply Food by TY, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to make Snickerdoodles, the cookies that everybody loves around the holiday times. So let's just jump right on into it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is 2 sticks. Then we're also going to add in 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. And then after that, we are going to go ahead and just start creaming those 2 items together until they become really smooth and fluffy and light, okay? And then once you do that, what we're going to do next is we're going to add in my favorite vanilla bean paste, which is the Nielsen Macy. And I added in roughly about a tablespoon of this. You know, I really love that pungent vanilla bean flavor kind of kicking through my Snickerdoodles. So you can add a little bit less if you would like, but I add a good tablespoon in my opinion. I also will be adding in 2 eggs. You want to make sure that these eggs are at room temperature. The same thing for the butter. To make your life a lot easier for the creaming process, just make sure that your butter and your eggs are all at room temperature. I promise you it'll make your life a whole heck of a lot easier. I'm doing this in real time for you guys so that you'll get a sense of for how long you need to cream these 2 items together. My stand mixer currently is on probably about a 3 at this point, and then I crank it up just for a few moments just to really get it nice and creamed together. So that was roughly about 1.5 to 2 minutes worth of creaming that we just did there. You want to make sure that if you see a lot of your mixture is, you know, caking up on the sides, go in if you need to and, you know, scrape down the sides of the bowl. If you don't have a stand mixer, that's completely fine. You can do this with a hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, honestly, if you have a whisk, you can do it that way. So this is probably one of the easiest type of cookies to make. I'm pretty sure everybody learned how to make Snickerdoodles when you guys were all in, you know, elementary school. This is the recipe that I learned, and I've been making them this way for years now, which is a pretty standard recipe. You know, it's not you know, a very complicated recipe to make or, you know, expensive to make. It's just a matter of using premium ingredients, which I personally feel makes the biggest difference, which is that Nielsen Macy vanilla paste, as well as the type of flour that I'm going to be using, which you guys know I love, the Bob Red's Mill all-purpose flour anytime I'm baking. So that is 2 3/4 cup of flour. And in this jar here, I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and a teaspoon of salt. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to my flour mixture, and then I put my guard on here so that I didn't make a big damn mess. But I'm just going to add it in pretty much by thirds, just so that you're not overworking the dough. You know, when you're making Snickerdoodle cookies, the goal is for them to be crispy on the outside, but very, very soft and buttery on the inside. And one of the biggest mistakes that people often make is they overwork the dough way too much. You know what I mean? So in this particular instance, what you're going to see in a moment is once I notice that that flour is pretty much all the way incorporated in, I'm going to go ahead and just turn it off. You don't want to overmix it. Like right about now is around the time when you should go ahead and turn it off. Once you don't see a lot of loose flour, you are good to go. Turn it off. You can do the rest by hand. And that's pretty much it. Now, because these are Snickerdoodles and because, like I said, you want to get, you know, that crispy edge on the outside but soft on the inside, I like to refrigerate mine for about 30 minutes before I bake them. And in that time, you want to go ahead and have your oven preheated at 350 degrees. If you don't have a baking sheet with a silicone liner, you do want to make sure that you spray some Pam, but I use the one with the flour so that it doesn't leave like a weird olive oil taste or, you know, something like that. For our cinnamon sugar mixture is really standard. You the 1/4 of a cup sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. If you are a bigger fan of a more pungent cinnamon taste, by all means, you can add more to it. As you can see, these are pretty decent size. I prefer for my snickerdoodles to be a little bit more on the thinner side. I don't really like thick snickerdoodles. So I keep them, at a pretty decent size. That was probably about a tablespoon and a half worth of dough. If you have, the dough, what are they called? The cookie portion thingamajigs? I don't know what the hell they're called, to be honest. You guys know what I'm talking about. The scoops, like the cookie scoops. They just use that so that they're all consistent. That's the main thing. I don't care what size you make them, but they just all need to be consistent so that they are all baked at the same time. That's really the key. You want to make sure that you do leave a little bit of space in between, just so that, they have space to kind of spread out a little bit. You're going to bake those in the oven for no more than 10 minutes, okay, guys? 10 minutes at max. Transfer them over to your rack. Let them cool off for about 15 to 20 minutes and sit back and enjoy. These are so buttery and delicious, and a nice hint of salt. Look, I hope you guys enjoy these. Y'all take care, and bye-bye.
Slaying in the kitchen.
Simply Food by TY.
We hope that you enjoyed it.
Simply Food by TY. If you haven't took the time, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Simply Food by TY.